If you see that I'm wearing the same shirt for the next couple of videos, I had to bank a good amount of these reviews because I'm going to be busy within the next couple of weeks because I'm going to be moving back into school later this month and I gotta figure all that stuff out. But I have seen a couple of things and I wanted to talk to you about that. The first one on this list being The Haunted Mansion. These Disney ride movies, like not like roller coasters, like like what Martin Scorsese says. The movies based on rides at Disney's theme parks. The biggest one being Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean. Take your pick. Either way, I didn't really care for those movies. I think I've seen maybe one of them, and it just never really landed with me. I also saw Jungle Cruise. I think that was okay. Didn't really do much for me personally, but since it came out during the pandemic, like summer 2021, it was a nice thing, like, have a new movie. So maybe my love of that movie or like of that movie was heightened a little bit. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if they've done any other ride movies like this. I can't remember off the top of my head. I do know there was a Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy, like maybe a while ago, late 90s, early 2000s, that time frame. I haven't seen it, but I remember having like the DVD of like that cover of like a shocked Eddie Murphy, and it's like green and blue. I don't know. It was a cool cover, I'll give it that. So now they're trying again with a new Haunted Mansion movie. We've got a pretty stellar cast in this. I like LaKeith Stanfield a lot. I think it's cool that he's getting lead roles to movies of this scale in terms of budget. Rosario Dawson is in this as well, along with Owen Wilson and Danny DeVito, and Tiffany Haddish is in this as well. Jamie Lee Curtis pops up for a little bit in this, and also, if you didn't know, our good old friend Jared Leto is in this one too. So, I guess he's still working. The story overall is about what you expect from a Disney-fied horror movie, essentially. We got this mother and son moving into a haunted mansion, and now this little group of people have to stop stop the ghosts. But it gets more evolved from there, and it's actually I wouldn't call it clever or anything, but like it's a nice little spin for a kids horror movie. I'm going to start off with the good stuff here, mainly because I did like some things about this, mainly the atmosphere of the movie. I wasn't exactly expecting to get scared by this because this is for kids. I get it. But the whole thing of like the actual atmosphere of the movie and the mansion itself, I'm sure it was like built on a stage. I'm pretty sure it's not a real mansion, but it actually looked pretty cool. I like the production design of the whole mansion, all the different houses, and especially that basement area they go to actually looks pretty cool. There's also LaKeith Stanfield. He's the main character of the movie, Ben, and they have a really touching storyline with him about grief. And yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world when you deal with grief in a movie like this, but it was a really good part of the movie that helped bring a human element to this. That's really all I liked about this movie. Because other than that, whoa. I think pretty much everyone here, maybe for the exception of Jared Leto because he's an actual ghoul in real life, just felt miscast in this. I wanted Danny DeVito to be good in this, but he barely got anything to do. Owen Wilson pretty much got a lot to do in this, but barely did anything with it. I have no idea if it was the direction or the writing or anything like that, but it had a weird vibe in that aspect. There was also a really abundant amount of product placements. Like, they mention a lot of websites in this. There's something about, like, canceling an Amazon subscription, or forgetting to cancel one because, you gotta get Amazon Prime. But it was very odd in this kind of movie. I don't know, I just don't have a bunch to say about this. Like, my notes on this are pretty short, there's not a lot to say. A lot of the acting outside of LaKeith Stanfield and maybe Rosario Dawson was not that great. I don't know, there are some like little actor pop-ups in here, I think some of them are in the trailers, but I'm not going to say who it is in this video. But I don't know. I just didn't get anything from this outside of that. I'm kind of shocked that this wasn't a Disney Plus original. Maybe that's because it had like a $150 million budget, which, at least for the mansion, it looked like a lot of money was put into that. But like, it looked like that for, I don't know, like a $80 million budget. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about this one. It was nice to see Disney try to dip into horror and try their own little spin with it, especially since, they're using like Fox and Searchlight specifically to like put out more horror movies like Barbarian. They're putting out even weirder supernatural stuff like Poor Things later this year under Fox and Searchlight. And I don't know, I just felt the Disney brand of horror like just didn't do anything for me. And I get it because, you don't want kids to pee their pants in the theater. I understand that, but have a little more bite with it at least. Yeah, I don't have much else with Haunted Mansion. I was pretty disappointed in it. Again, I'm pretty shocked it wasn't a Disney Plus original. Although the mansion itself and LaKeith Stanfield were the best parts about this, and I thought they did a good job. Give LaKeith Stanfield better lead roles in better movies. I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna go with a 4 out of 10 for Haunted Mansion. I'm sure this is gonna blow up in Halloween, which, why did they not put this out in October? They swapped it with the Marvels for some reason. I'm pretty sure the Marvels had to do reshoots, like in release date wise. But even then, that would have been after Halloween. So, I don't know. Maybe they were too scared of Five Nights at Freddy's or something. Because this was just not that great. Alright, my question for you is, what did you think of Haunted Mansion if you saw it? Also, if you had seen, since I mentioned the Pirates of the Caribbean movies earlier, what's your favorite of the 5? There are 5 of those, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'll watch the one that's good, because I don't even know which one's the good one. So, if you tell me which one that is, maybe I'll watch it and do a video on that. Let me know what you think of Haunted Mansion and your answer to my other questions down below. And also, you can comment anything you want. You can suggest something for me to watch if you want me to. Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you in the next video. See ya!